Hello, today I'm sending you Easter greetings to the whole of the community that is Bottesford Church of England Primary School. Today we should have been the day when we were gathering at St Mary's Church for our Easter service. Pupils, staff, parents, governors, grandparents, members of the Open the Book team, all sorts of hangers-on. That wonderful coming together to mark something so important. An occasion on which we enjoy the creativity of the children and the way in which they tell the Easter story. A day on which we mark the completion of another term and all the accomplishments and achievements that have gone with it. A day on which we think about key moments of the Christian year and focus on the story of Jesus. It would also have been the last Easter service for the amazing Mrs McGrory. And I want you to know that we have pulled out all the stops as a church to try and make the service as different as we could. And although we can't gather in St Mary's, I hope to be able to show you some of the things, some of the lengths we have gone to make this very special indeed. It was, of course, top secret, but we have imported Seamus the donkey, that well-known Irish thoroughbred, who we've actually booked to play the part of the donkey that Jesus rode into Jerusalem. He's an absolute sweetie, never fails to be cooperative and helpful. I tell you what, let's go outside. He's in the vicarage shed at the moment. I'll introduce you to Seamus. So Seamus has been in the shed now a couple of weeks. I'm just going to see if I can coax him out so you can have a good look at him. He's not had his breakfast though. Come on, Seamus. Come on, Seamus. Seamus, come on. Come on, don't be daft. Out you come. Everybody wants to see you. I'll try him with a carrot. He'll perhaps come out if I give him a Seamus. Oh! Seamus, come on. I'm gonna get that. So while Seamus is in hair and makeup getting ready for his starring role, let me tell you about some of the other secrets that we'd prepared for Mrs McGrory. One of them was to assemble the crack bakers of St Mary's Church in order to produce the world's largest hot cross bun. The hot cross bun, of course, is a traditional delicacy at this time of year. Marked with the cross, it is a visible reminder of the Easter story. Legend has it that the hot cross bun was invented by a 14th century monk in St Albans called Thomas Rodcliffe. Well, we've managed to make our own version of the hot cross bun. As I say, we think it's the largest in the world. Let's go to the kitchen and have a look at how that's going. No, it will go. It will go if you just, Mrs Barker, you just take your end round there and it's going to be absolutely, yeah, that's it. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, thanks ever so much. Shut the door on the way out, won't you? So that's gone in the oven at regular 5. It's going to be done in about 3 days' time. We'll be able to come back and see how it's going. So whilst we're waiting for the bun to finish off in the kitchen, there's just time to tell you about one other item which we have prepared to surprise Mrs McGrory. You see, the head teacher was quite concerned this year that her own personal delivery of chocolate Easter eggs was not going to make it. So we've undertaken to receive them here at the vicarage. Remember, this is not Easter eggs for anybody else. This is just one person's supply of chocolate. Let me show you what happened when it arrived earlier on. Yeah, whole lot for McGrory. MCG RORY. That's it. Do you want to hand in with the rest of those, mate? So we've already seen how certain objects and things are important to us in the telling of the Easter story. Whether it's a donkey to represent the one Jesus rode into Jerusalem, a hot cross bun, or even a chocolate egg itself, which some people say is made to resemble the stone that was rolled out of the way of the tomb from which Jesus rose. But of all the items that we use in Holy Week to associate with the story of Jesus, this is the one that I love the best. The palm crosses that we give out on Palm Sunday. In the churches that I've been in the past few years, we've always received a new palm cross every year. And I love the fact that they're all different. Some are thin, some are fat. They come from different parts of the world where they are made for us. And in a sense, that tells me something about Easter, that although every year the story is the same, the way in which I experience the story is always different. I'm foolish enough to have kept these palm crosses for years and years, and each one of them has a particular association for me depending on what was happening at Easter time in my life in that year. So one of them might remind me of happy times, of when Peterborough stormed to promotion at Easter time. Others might remind me of harder times when I've watched and waited whilst somebody I loved was unwell. And some of them are for times of uncertainty. I remember having one while we waited for the birth of a baby that was only a matter of weeks away. So in a way, the palm cross can show us that in all things, whatever we're going through in life, that Christ is with us, that God cares for us. And I keep these palm crosses close by to remind me that whatever I'm facing, whatever I'm going through, I know that the love of Jesus Christ is part of my life and that he will support and sustain me. I'd like to finish by just showing you a simple way of praying with the palm cross. I know that this year it'll be impossible for us to give these out, but you can just as easily make your own cross out of a piece of paper. If you look online, there are even instructions on how you can make these from leaves that you might have on trees in your garden. You might want to talk to your folks before you go cutting large parts off plants. When I hold the palm cross like this, you notice that there are 4 limbs to it. The first one, the one at the top, points away from me. It's always there to remind me that when I pray, when I ask God for things, I am coming to someone who is way beyond me, whose power and knowledge and wisdom is far greater than mine. It's a very useful reminder. When I look at the arms on either side of the cross, they point outwards around me. And it's a very good reminder to pray for those who are around us. Perhaps for your folks at home, your neighbours. It might be friends from your class that you're not seeing at the moment, but you want to think about them and offer a prayer for them. And the final arm of the cross is the long one at the bottom. And when you hold the cross like this, it always points towards you. And it's okay to pray for yourself, to ask God for the things that you need, to tell him what's going on for you, because he cares for you. So as I hold that cross today, just take a moment, think about those 4 dimensions, about the God who is beyond us, who yet came close at Easter, to those around us that we care for, who we love, who are part of our lives, and for our own needs as well. And as we go into this Easter holiday, enforced though it is, let us hold those things and those prayers in mind for a moment. Loving God, we pray that the power of Easter, the power of Jesus Christ, would bring hope and joy and faith to us at this time. We offer you our time with those that we love. We offer you our thanks for all that you give us. And we pray for all those that we have pictured in our mind. Amen. So I'd like to end by saying thank you so much for tuning into this, and we do so much look forward to the time when we will be back together again. Are you still filming?
Do you want this then?
No! So do you think we've given them the impression that everything's going on as normal at the vicarage?
Oh, yeah, definitely.